Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Greetings. I'm Force Nature, and I welcome you to Top Tier Tips. In this session, we're taking a look at Virtua Fighter's resident Jeet Kune Do expert, Jacky Bryant.
Ha! It's like you're moving in slow motion.
Jacky's an interesting character in the sense that he's a good character for players who just simply pick up and learn the game, but he has a lot of advanced tech for players that would like to go further and try and master the character. Before you do anything, I want you to go down to the display settings, go to the information display, set it to detailed stats, and there you go. Boom, you got the frame data box on. For starters, Jacky has a 12 frame jab, a 14 frame elbow, and a 12 frame down jab. The jab is +5 on hit, the elbow is neutral on hit, and the down jab is +4 on hit, and is also a special low, so it can be blocked standing or crouching. When blocked, the jab is +2 on block, which is really good. The elbow is -5 if blocked, so you're left safe. And the down jab is -5 blocked standing or crouching, so you're safe if they either get blocked. Though of course there's more. Even though just simply doing a jab on block, which leaves you at +2, is really good, you can do more, such as jab jab, or what I actually do recommend is doing punch punch, forward punch. This will end up going high mid, so the opponent has to stand and block to be able to block all that. The main reason why I actually recommend you to just stop on this part is because anything beyond this will be essentially a high, so the opponent can crouch under that. Same with your forward punch, punch, or forward punch kick. The pull-up, always a high. So after this, the opponent can just crouch under everything. So you just simply do punch if you think the opponent's gonna try and do a button afterwards that is not, well, like a crouching move, like a down jab. Think of the elbow as a bit of a check on your opponent, although it leaves you at -5, which is negative. I mean, again, I said you're safe from any sort of punishment. However, the opponent has to respect the fact that you can do forward punch. I mean, yes. If you keep doing that, the opponent's going to essentially try and go under it. But if you end up doing this, then if you think they're going to 2-peat, then you can backdash and end up punishing the down jab attempt. So the opponent has to watch out for any sort of bait attempts after your elbow. Though, if you just simply keep doing the elbow on the opponent's block, then they could just technically elbow you back. So you do have to occasionally mix in forward punch, which is slightly delayable. Here's a down jab punish sample. Remember, if you like this video, smash that like button. If you like this video, just hit that button anyway, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy fighting game content. This video is endorsed by Smart Esports and Trollcoin, and I also would like to take this moment to thank my premium top tier fighters for their continued support, which I always do appreciate. If you'd like to become a premium top tier fighter yourself, click on the Patreon link down below. And also, if you have trouble with any of the terminology in this video, then check out this video here to help shed light on the nature of fighting game notation. Jacky's not normally considered a pressure character, however he does have some abilities to pressure the opponent when he's ready to get his offense started. For instance, he has this move here. This is 2P+K, leaves you at +1 frame advantage, so that means that your jab would become 11 frames, your elbow would become 13 frames, and your down jab would become 11 frames for instance. 2P+K is not the fastest move, it comes out in 22 frames, so that's considered reactable. However, you're generally going to be doing this move when you have the opponent on the defensive, or when they're at disadvantage for instance. Alright, this move is complemented by a couple of Jacky's stances, for instance his slide shuffle stance and his side slide shuffle stance. After this move gets blocked, you can go into slide shuffle P, which comes out as a very fast high move that leaves you at +1, or you can end up just use his slide shuffle K, which is a good low. For a couple mid options, you can use slide shuffle K to push the opponent back, leaves yourself safe if blocked, or you can use slide shuffle P+K P. Just use the first hit as a bit of a confirm check. Other pressure moves you have is your 1 P+K string. This string on paper leaves you unsafe or considerably negative if blocked, and you can either end with a unsafe mid, or a safe high that can obviously be ducked under. Generally, what you're going to be doing is just doing the first 2 hits and delaying them, stopping at different points. You can even just do the first hit. Delaying the string allows you to try and fish for a counter hit. You can also free cancel into a throw. And the last move that I'm going to go over for now is Jacky's infamous flash sword kick. This move is generally inputted by holding forward, pressing the kick button, and pressing the guard button as soon as the kick hits the opponent's guard. However, the general way how he input this move is by performing quarter circle forward and kick, like so. Then same thing. Press the guard button right as the move connects. With quarter circle forward, it basically takes away the need to have to hold down forward, which quite frankly is really awkward. And quarter circle forward also makes it feel like such a smooth motion. Same thing if you also end up hitting the opponent during combos, for instance. The flash sword kick is a good move. As you see right here, it comes out in 16 frames. That's unreactable. It leaves you at +3. So let's see, at +3, that means if you were to do a follow-up jab, it would come out 9 frames. If you were to do a follow-up elbow, it would come out in 14 frames. If you were to do a follow-up down jab, it would come out in 9 frames. So it basically completely frame traps the opponent. It is a high, however, just like your jab. The flash sword kick is good in combos. Hell, you can use it as a combo starter if you want. The flash sword kick also tracks to Jacky's right. Try this exercise with the 2-3-6 quarter circle forward method. See how many flash sword kicks you can get in a row. The input looks like this. Jacky's not predominantly a close range fighter, however, he can fight alright in close range, though his tools are generally suited to mid to long range based combat. Your go-to close range move will of course be your jab. Again, advantage when blocked, +5 if it hits, so it's good. Your go-to mid, your 14 frame elbow, and your go-to low is your down jab. Down jabs are EX lows. They can be blocked, standing, or crouching, so you're going to need a real low. That low will be your 1P, your down back P. Alright, this low comes out in 19 frames, so it's basically unreactable. It leaves you at -1, which doesn't really mean much because you're in a crouching state. So that means that being already in a crouching state, you can just 2P right after, because the opponent's fastest move will be a P. Technically, the only thing that the opponent can really do after this is to try and 2P, but the thing is that if you press back, his stance can end up taking a step back into the slide shuffle stance. Again, on paper, you're at disadvantage -1, however, the opponent has to respect your fall in 1PK right here, which is a semi-tracking high kick. Being in a high, that means after you do a 1P, the common thing the opponents could probably try and do would be, well, to either crouch block or to do a 2P. So that's why most times you just kind of condition them with this low and right here, and when the opponent's respecting the high attack, then you can end up using your mids. For go-to mids, you have your 6P elbow, and you actually have a faster mid in 2K+G, which you can follow up with 2K+G and just keep pressing K. This move is essentially your 12 frame stifle, well, kick. As you see right here, it's even negative on normal hits, so what you have to do is just mix up how many times you do that. Other mids you can use in close is your 4K. This is your go-to knee. Right here, your 15 frame knee. And any other mids that I went over, like 1P+KP or 2P+KP, are also good. So essentially for poking, you're going to generally use 6P or 4K. Your go-to high crush along with 1P will be 3-3P, also inputted as full crouch 3P. As you see, on counter hit, this allows you to follow up with a small juggle. Seriously, this move is really good. A good go-to high crush when you know a low is coming will be your 1K+G. As you see right here, it knocks down on counter hit and is a full tracking move. On the topic of tracking, your go-to tracking move will be K+G, K. This move is kind of interesting. If the opponent were to, for instance, block the first move, the follow-up will be guaranteed. Another good tracking move is your 4P, 2P, or 4P, 1P string. K+G can also transition into the slide shuffle stance if you so desire. 4PK is also a great tracking move, with the second hit being EX high, meaning that it beats out high crushing moves. Your go-to jab punish will be PP, 6PK. Your go-to launch punisher will be 6K. From mid to long range is generally where you want to fight with Jacky. Your go-to mid poke will be 3KP. Technically, there's a full string in 3KP, 2KK. However, everything after 3K can be beaten with a low block. because it goes mid, high, low, high. That includes stopping on the third hit being a high kick, which can transition into the slide shuffle by pressing back. Your go-to ranged pokes will include 66K and 66K plus G. 66K is great. Comes out in 15 frames, it's safe if it gets blocked, and right here it just boots the opponent away. 15 frames is really fast for a neutral tool, so I mean, it's a really good move if you just simply want to just keep the opponent back, or if you just want something to just chuck out. 66K plus G is a little slower at 20 frames, however, it's also safe when blocked, and if you were to press back, so 66K plus G 4, then you'll leave yourself even safer, and then you gain access to your back turn stance moves. With regards to back turn stance, you can enter into it with 44K, which right here is a really good ranged track and kick, or you can use your 44P right here, which is also a good semi-track and poke. If you connect 44K on your opponent, then what you can do is use your back turn K, then go press back to go into slide shuffle P, and all that will basically be guaranteed for this setup. However, take note that 44K sets up a side turn to the opponent, so the follow-up move is not guaranteed. This is more of a frame trap situation instead. As for whiff punishers, you can whiff punish with 66K, 66K plus G, although if you want a whiff punisher that starts a combo, then you're going to use P plus K, P, which ends up starting combos on counter hit. The second hit of P plus K, P is a high, so the opponent can duck under the second hit. So once you get a bit more used to Jacky, then you can just simply do a single P plus K and follow up with quarter circle forward P to get a juggle going. Other whiff punishers include 4K plus G, which can also start combos. You can also use 4P plus K, although again, both of these moves do require a bit of spacing because again, they're both slower than, well, just simply hitting the opponent with P plus K, although 4K plus G and 4P plus K can both, well, they both can start combos on normal hit, but of course, if you do connect 4P plus K, then this one in particular can be pretty devastating. And now for Jacky's slide shuffle stance. This is normally inputted by pressing 4P plus K plus G. Alright, if you don't input anything in this stance, then you just simply get the Jacky taunt. However, if you're just going to do this move raw, again, if you're just using it to create space, then sometimes it's okay to just go into the taunt. Although, a general good rule of thumb is if you're not going to do a move specifically, then press 3-3 or down forward to go into a bit of a wave dash from the stance. Your go-to moves from the slide shuffle will be slide shuffle P if you're close enough, since this is your go-to high move. If you're a little further away, or if there's a little bit of distance, or if you're using it to whiff punish something, then use the K option. Your go-to mix-up option or your go-to low will be slide shuffle K. Or you can end up just use this slide shuffle K, which is a good low. You press back and you can basically just keep doing it, and there basically are two follow-ups with the KK. Your go-to combo starter from slide shuffle will be slide shuffle P plus K, P. You can also fish for a stun with slide shuffle 3-3-P. Your track and move from slide shuffle will be slide shuffle K plus G. Your go-to frame advantage moves from slide shuffle will just simply, well, be the P option, which comes out fast, leaves you at +1. However, if you know you have your opponent on the defensive, then you can also use slide shuffle 3-3-K plus G, which leaves you at +6 and is also an EX high. As for the side slide shuffle, which is inputted by pressing either 2 or 8 P plus K plus G after certain moves, you only basically have one move or one string that you can do after that is just simply PP. Alright, what this move is is just simply as a bit of a augment to your, I guess, to something like your 6PP or your 1PP string, in a sense that it gives you more options. You could just use the P option as a bit of a check, since this move does have a built-in sidestep to the right. And of course, I ended up showing you in a combo earlier that you can also use this move as like combo filler at the end. Although I'm generally not a huge fan of this stance because I find that the normal side shuffle has a lot more versatility to it. Jacky's throw game is not exactly the strongest, but you do have to implement it into your gameplay to complement his somewhat average pressure game. Just for formality, I'll go over the throws right now. Alright, this is Jacky's P plus G neutral throw. Every time you do this throw, you can actually use it to jump over the opponent to set up unique Oki. So if you think the opponent's gonna try and do like a wake-up kick or anything, then you could try and bait a reaction or something by trying to jump over them. Oh, and Jacky's descendant low kick's also pretty cheap. Back to throws. Most of Jacky's throws are pretty standard. For instance, here's his normal forward throw, does 45 damage. Here's his normal back throw, or 4 P plus G, does 50 damage, knocks the opponent away a bit. There's also forward or 6-6 P plus G throw, deals 50 damage. Though since standard throws in VF are all basically 10 frames, all you really need is 6-4 T and 4-6 T. However, if you end up doing 6-6 P plus G or 4 P plus G, that's decent damage also. But yeah, 6-4 P plus G is your go-to. That is unless the opponent has their back to the wall. So if you do 4-6 P plus G, do 7k, look how much damage you get there. 95 damage off that throw. That is nuts. However, take note if you do 4-6 P plus G in open space, the opponent can tech roll it to reduce damage to 50. Oh, and if their opponent has their back to the wall, then 6-6 P plus G becomes a face buster. Oh, and Jacky also has a couple hit throws. The first one is 3 P plus K and the throw button. You just simply press the throw button right as the throw connects on the body. Same with slide shuffle 3-3K. Same thing, right as it connects on the body, press the throw button. When you have the opponent at the walls, Jacky, your go-to wall slam move will be something like 6-6K or 6-6K plus G. K plus G, K is good too while the opponent's cornered. Same with the flash sword kick, which also semi-tracks. Remember that wall slams can be stagger escape with the joystick. This is Bilgy. It's inputted with 6 P plus K or 4 P plus K. It's a really good move. As you see right here, it comes out in 14 frames, leaves you at plus 12 frame advantage. So plus 12 frame advantage means you can get a guaranteed jab after. However, if it connects on counter hit, you get a free launcher. So this is a pretty nuts move. So during neutral or anytime you have an advantage, you can just chuck this out. Oh, and have I said before that it's safe on block also? Use your Bilgy. If you press P plus K plus G, you can change Jacky's foot position. Anyways, if you liked this video, smash that like button. If you like this video, just hit the like button anyway, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy fighting game content. If you'd like to support this channel, feel free to join Top Tier Fighters. The support does help and I do appreciate it. Anyways, Force Nature signing off. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Yes, you. On Top Tier Tips.